How's it going, everybody? It's Sean here, and I'm back today to give you guys a review of the Fragment design collaboration with Jordan on the Air Jordan 3 Retro SP in the white and black colorway. This pair dropped on September 17th for $200 US or $265 here in Canada. The official colorway for this shoe is white and black, and this is the latest collaboration between Hiroshi Fujiwara's Fragment label with Jordan brand. So for everyone watching, you guys probably know about the Fragment Jordan 1 and how highly sought after and how limited that pair was. So as a follow-up to that Jordan 1, how do these Jordan 3s do? Well, for me, I struck out across all the raffles that I entered, so unfortunately I had to pay resale for this pair. But while the initial resale prices of this shoe was reaching around 2,000 Canadian dollars, once this pair officially dropped on the 17th, the prices came crashing down for under 1,000 Canadian. So I imagine once all the Nike sneakers pairs come in, all the pairs that came shipped through the mail, it's probably gonna cause another price dip in say about a week's time. So first off, here's a quick look at the box, and as you can see, these come in a special edition Jordan 3 box. We have this large Jumpman at the very top, these two different tones of blue, which you can see is echoed on this Fragment Jordan 3 hoodie that I'm rocking. And then inside the box, it comes with special paper as well, with both the Jumpman logo and the Fragment lightning bolt as well. So taking a deep dive into the shoe, the upper of these Jordan 3s is constructed using this tumbled white leather. I gotta admit, the quality of this leather was pretty good, and I'd say it's similar to the leather that we saw on the denim Jordan 3s, but it didn't by any means blow me away. Replacing your traditional elephant print, in this case the mudguard is constructed using this full grain black colored leather. So you see on the toe cap there's this double layer of black leather, and one thing I did want to point out though is the shape of this toe box is actually really nice. It looks much more like your OG Jordan 3 shape, has this very nice tapered look to it, and doesn't have that cliff toe or boxy shape to it at all. For the eyelets, the bottom two eyelets are done in the circular shape in white. Moving upwards, we have these three plastic eyelets, which is surrounded by perforated white leather, and then the top two eyelets is constructed out of white colored TPU. The rest of the sides of the shoe is constructed out of that same tumbled white leather, and you see the black mudguard runs down the entire length of the sneaker. On the mudguard on the lateral side only, we have this debossed Fragment lightning bolt on the side. On the back heel surrounding the top of the shoe, we have more of that perforated white leather, and then replacing your traditional heel tab, in this case the tab is done in this icy finish, and we have Jumpman Air branding with the Fragment lightning bolt underneath. For the laces, unfortunately they only give you one pair, but they're a flat style white lace. Underneath the laces we have your tongue, so the bottom half is done in that perforated white leather, and the top of the tongue is done in this smooth white leather with the Jumpman logo embroidered in the center. On the interior side of the tongue, we have this Fragment label, which is stitched on in upside down fashion. Taking out the insoles, so these come with a polyurethane insole that's done in this navy blue color, and throughout the length of the insole we have both the Fragment lightning bolt and the Jumpman logo. So the upper of these Fragment 3s sits atop this full length foam midsole which is left in white. Underneath the heel we have this cutout which reveals the Nike airsole unit found within this midsole for cushioning, and printed on the lateral side of the midsole we have this black text or coating. Flipping the shoe over to the bottom, so here we have your classic Jordan 3 outsole. This is constructed out of a combination of white and black colored rubber. We have this circular traction pattern on the forefoot, and it's finished off with Nike underneath the heel. So that breaks down the look of this Fragment 3. In terms of how they fit, as I've mentioned in my previous recent Jordan 3 videos, I found that the Jordan 3 has been retooled, so I'm a true size 10 slightly on the wider side, and historically, I've had to go up to a 10.5, but for recent Jordan 3 releases in the past couple years, I found that they fit perfectly fine sticking true to size. So whatever size you normally wear for Jordan 3s in the past few releases, I'd stick with that same size for this pair, and if you haven't worn a Jordan 3 in quite some time, I'd say that sticking true to size should be the right call. Next up, in terms of comfort, so the Jordan 3 I have always said, as far as a retro sneaker goes, is actually pretty comfortable. Your mileage may completely vary, but for a casual use sneaker, I love rocking my 3s, and I think it gives me a good balance between support and softness. On the other hand, I know some people that hate the feel of Jordan 3s on feet. They say that they feel like bricks, but to me, these feel like all my other Jordan 3s, and I personally feel like they fit great. Last but not least, quickly touching upon the quality and the craftsmanship on this pair. Like I said earlier, the tumbled white leather on the top, it was pretty decent, and the black leather on the mudguard felt pretty high quality. I did have some minor issues with the craftsmanship though, specifically the paint job on the midsole wasn't the greatest, and I noticed that the back heel tab, while it was supposed to be icy, you could already see signs that it's begun to yellow. This of course is a bit concerning considering this is a brand new shoe, so I can only imagine what this is going to look like a few years down the road. With all that being said, now let's lace up these Fragment Jordan 3s and I'll show you guys how these look on feet. My honest opinion on these Fragment 3s is a bit mixed. On one hand, this is definitely not a shoe that would sell out if it didn't have the Fragment association with it, and if you had to ask me, is this worth the current resale prices for this pair, I honestly would say no, it's not. When I got these in hand, I was a little bit underwhelmed, and I understand Fragment collabs are typically done in this way. I just think that although it's a collab with Fragment, it doesn't automatically make it a super fire release. Putting aside the fact that it's a collab, I'd say that it's a pretty decent looking shoe. The materials were pretty good. I just wouldn't put this as one of my top releases of the year. So let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think about this Fragment Air Jordan 3. Did you guys manage to pick up a pair? And even if you didn't, how do you feel about this collab? Are you a little bit underwhelmed like me? Or are you seeing this in a totally different light that I'm not seeing? If you guys like this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Give me a follow on Instagram at esco8. Check out my Twitter account at sean.go and visit my website as well at seango.ca. So until next time, thanks so much for tuning in. Hopefully you guys enjoyed watching this video, and I'll catch you guys all in my next review.